The Golden State Warriors just absolutely stunned the Spurs last night with a late comeback in the fourth quarter that saw so many of this team's younger stars step up massively, and I think it's extremely safe to say that the Golden State Warriors are officially back in business. They are now winners of 7 straight games, and it's even just been the way this team has been able to come out with these wins is what impresses me the most, as the Warriors have had some very impressive wins so far this season, but this one is definitely up there with the best with all of the adversity they had to overcome. The Warriors came into this game last night on a back-to-back with 4 of their regular starters out of the lineup, and the full list of guys sitting out was Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, Bjelica, Iggy, Otto Porter, and of course James Wiseman, who is to be sidelined indefinitely. So this left the opportunity for the young studs on the Warriors to truly show us what all the hype is about surrounding their names, and let's just say they did nothing but impress those who were watching and truly made a statement on what the future of this franchise has in store. The Spurs aren't the greatest team in the NBA by any means, as they currently aren't in a playoff spot, yet considering the circumstances of the guys sitting out, you have practically everybody on the Warriors coming in to play a role that they are nowhere near familiar with, and the same could even be said for Jordan Poole being the #1 option in this game to lead the Warriors to a comeback win that saw them down 15 heading into the fourth quarter. The youngsters never backed down to the challenge and showed us exactly why the future of this organization is as bright as ever with this statement of a win they just displayed. Also, only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. Enjoy the video. Starting with Jordan Poole, who was the captain of this very much depleted squad, had his second best scoring night of the season as he dropped 31 points while adding 6 rebounds and 5 assists, and this was all while playing just 33 minutes in this game. To top it all off, Poole hit an absolutely clutch game-winning 3 late in the fourth to inevitably seal the deal in this game. This is not even close to where the amazing performances stopped, as Moody, the 14th overall pick in this year's draft, has been phenomenal these last 2 games, where we saw him have a career night last night, scoring 20 points, but most importantly, he shot an incredible 6 for 10 from the 3-point line. Being only the 3rd game he's started in his NBA career, the fact that he's been able to have this kind of a game already just gave us a glimpse of just how special he can be as he develops in his career, and this is going to give Steve Kerr and the Warriors coaching staff more confidence to give him more reps in the NBA, which will wind up causing a snowball effect on his growth. The strides that Moody has been able to make thus far, starting from the G League till now in such a short amount of time, is something that has looked eerily similar to what Jonathan Kuminga has been able to do, and both of these guys have already exceeded the expectations that were set on them on this stacked Warriors team, as honestly many people, including myself, didn't feel like in this first season alone they would be getting that much of an opportunity in the NBA to show themselves off, yet with all of this adversity, they've been able to step up to the plate and have proved to us that the potential that these prospects have is truly undescribable, and I am so excited to see what they have in store for us for the rest of the season. Kuminga last night gave us another strong performance off the bench as he scored 19 points, with 14 of those coming in the fourth quarter, as he was one of the guys that helped lead this comeback with just 9 minutes left in the game, and we were blessed to witness yet another highlight reel dunk from him. All 3 of these guys are under 22 years old, and when this team is healthy, are all projected to be coming off the bench, which just goes to show you that the future of this franchise is in amazing hands, as I can most definitely assure you that this isn't the last time we hear of this trio, as they're only going to get better and better the more time they spend in the NBA. NBA. Damian Lee, also starting in just his third game of the season, had a fantastic game as well as the starting point guard on this team, as he logged the most minutes for the Warriors in this game and scored 21 points, grabbed 5 rebounds, and shot 5 for 10 from 3. These 4 incredible performances were matched by nothing short of solid games from Kevon Looney, who acquired a double-double of 12 points and 12 rebounds, Toscano Anderson, who had a team-leading 7 assists, and off the bench as a backup guard, Chris Chiozza played some crucial minutes in the fourth. Lastly, Gary Payton left the game early with an apparent knee injury, so hopefully everything is okay with him, as we saw him walk off the court on his own, which is a nice sign to see. What we were able to witness last night from the Warriors was nothing short of spectacular, as it was an all-around team performance that needed the efforts from everyone on this team, and they all showed out by grinding until the final minutes and even put together that heroic comeback that not many people knew they had in them. This both told us 2 things about the Warriors, as we now know the future of this team is in great hands long past when Curry, Clay, and Draymond decide to hang it up, as the younger players look to be years ahead of schedule, but it also showed us the enormous amounts of depth that this team has, as regularly once this team gets healthy, the guys that absolutely showed out in the dub last night are going to be weapons that Kerr will be able to use coming off the bench. What will easily make them one of the best bench units in the entire NBA. This will all be paired up with one of the best starting units as well, if not the best, when all of their players are healthy. Before this enormous performance by the Warriors last night, we saw the one thing that has been holding the Warriors back from being absolutely unstoppable potentially have a game that may turn his horrendous shooting slump around, as Steph Curry erupted for 40 points in a win against the Houston Rockets, where he scored 21 of those points in the final quarter of the game. Hopefully, this was the game that turns Curry's season around to put the Warriors at their full potential, as he was able to shoot 56% from the field while hitting 7 of his 14 attempts from beyond the arc, and on top of this, he racked up 9 assists and 5 rebounds. As I mentioned in my last video on the Warriors that you guys can check out after this one, the pieces around Curry have been phenomenal as of late and are only going to get better the healthier this team gets, and all this team really needs is for Curry to return to his regular self, which I am incredibly confident in, as he is literally the greatest shooter to ever pick up a basketball, and oh boy, if that happens, this team has the potential to go on an incredibly long streak, which can hopefully translate into an incredibly long playoff run as well. Ever since Wiggins got announced as an all-star starter, he's been doing his best to try and prove why he belongs in that position, scoring over 20 points in both of his games since, while shooting over 50% twice, paired with back-to-back games where he also shot 50% from 3. Clay is continuing to work back to getting to his 100%, and adding Draymond back to this lineup is going to be what brings this team back to being one of the best in the NBA. We know the Warriors have the depth, as it was made evident in last night's win, like I have mentioned all video, with even more bench pieces that were sitting that one out as well. And honestly, the recent slump that Curry has been through has shown nothing but positives for this team, as it forced other guys to elevate their games, to pick up the slack that has both bolstered the starting lineup and the bench unit, to the point that now if Curry shows he can be consistent shooting the ball, the Warriors will once again become the team to beat in the NBA. I can go on and on by just how powerful this roster is, as it has a full list of guys that can be relied upon in crucial situations, and this list is only getting longer with the emergence of Moses Moody and Kuminga. But I wanted to take a look at some of the decisions the team could make regarding the trade deadline that is quickly approaching. And to be quite honest, I really don't think this team needs or will make any moves regardless of what it may be. Who knows, they may surprise me with some small roster move, but I think the way that this team is built, they only really have one one thing in the way from them truly contending to battle for a championship, especially once Curry consistently finds a shooting stroke, and that's the ability of this team to stay healthy on the court. This team no doubt has the talent to both win now and have enough prospects to develop for the future. They have an absurd amount of depth that just continues to grow for Steve Kerr, with guys that could be starting on other teams coming off the bench, and on top of that, they have multiple guys in their starting lineup that are all-star caliber players. This team is built to win championships now and for the future, and I think everyone on this team knows that as well, as they continue to build one of the most important things to win it all, and that's team chemistry and being able to trust one another to get the job done. Trading away even just one of the guys on this team can disrupt all of that, and the Warriors are way better off to just continue to build with what they have, as they certainly have enough to do special things. This team has yet to reach their full potential and are already putting the entire league on notice with the roster they created, and once they do, the Golden State Warriors could very well be running away with the Larry OB in June. This is going to wrap up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and as always, if you did, be sure to hit that like button as it helps the video get shared along YouTube's algorithm, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more NBA content like this that I will be posting multiple times per week. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic night.